Breaking my heart now.
With his words killing me softly.
I'm not joining in.
Hey.
Girl, you need to join. Come on. Come on. Down.
I know.
I wish I remembered the rest of the words. So. I love the
wish.
original. I didn't know the Fugees covered that original song.
Really?
And,
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just like the Fugees made that song already.
Oh yeah.
But then someone told me last night at the party I was at, like that's cover it was originally made in the 80s, original 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. So.
It's crazy how you can flip a song like that.
I know, right?
Like
yeah.
it's a really
Wyclef Jean, he did a
crazy.
good job there. So.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he came through Power 98 before. He came to
Really?
Beasley and all that. Yeah.
I saw Common there yesterday.
I know.
I was like,
yeah. Common came
Yo.
through. Common came through. He did some freestyle and B101. I'm like, oh hell yeah! I'm so glad I was like up right there filming everything.
wow.
So, yeah.
I was like,
He's a
dang,
gentleman.
I couldn't have stayed for that.
I know, right? That would have been so cool if you were there. He's like, he was a little late. He was like an hour late, but we made sure to stay there and have to make sure he had a wonderful time with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
So I've been recording this whole time.
Yeah, Leslie
So-
just realized that.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
mind-blowing.
I
know
love
we
this
were live.
energy that
I
we're
know.
getting.
We got all the positive energy. That's all we need right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Positive energy.
Soak
Exactly.
it in. What's
Exactly.
up?
I'm glad to be back with you, Darniesha, for the show.
It's been months.
It's been quite a while.
Oh,
We've
sorry
been
for
very
the wait.
busy.
Oh really?
We've
Yeah.
been busy.
Yeah,
But we are
between-
back
We are back.
by popular demand.
Yes.
And we're here with Leslie
Hello.
and Mark.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are going to be talking about a subject that is near and dear to all of our hearts. Darniesha, what is that subject?
Toxic femininity and masculinity.
Yes. It's something that all of us deal with. It's something that we sort of all grew up with and seen. Like it's something that's kind of embedded into our culture. So I think this is a very important topic for us to talk about today.
It's been a whole movement here lately.
Yes.
It's 2019. We're about to come up. We're about
Right.
to show the new world.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
2019 is the year of movement.
Exactly. Breaking norms.
There it
Yes.
is.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
And later on in this episode, we'll be answering the question, how can we end the cycle of toxic masculinity and femininity for the next generation?
All that and more on this episode of Sweet Tea.
Sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good old sweet tea. Fresh brewed.
Yes.
Freshly brewed sweet tea. That's what we like here. Is it
So-
Bojangles? Wait, is it Bojangles sweet tea? Is it?
It's
What
Bojangles.
kind of sweet tea we doing here?
I don't like
Yeah. You don't like
sweet
Bojangles?
She don't like sweet tea.
You don't like sweet tea, but
No.
it's sweet tea.
Yeah.
Right.
This podcast called sweet tea.
Look, that's what I said. I'm
Get
just
your
like,
life together. What's going
I don't
on?
like tea.
right. How are you from the South and you don't like sweet
Let her
tea?
know, Anders. What is this?
I don't like I've always told people I'm a northern person. I was supposed to be born in the north.
Oh, she like that iced tea.
Okay.
She like that Lipton iced tea.
No, she likes unsweet tea.
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't drink tea. I don't drink coffee.
Ew.
None of that.
I don't
Ew.
drink coffee either. That's just nasty.
Oh, look at me right now. It's Lord. Yeah. I needed
Ice
this.
cold is better than the original.
I'm hungover right now, so I need a little bit of this. I had a wonderful time last night, so I needed a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit.
What's popping, you guys? Okay.
Hey, Leslie.
What's up? Leslie, aka Lele. You already know. Nah, I'm playing. I'm 21 years old. From Charlotte, North Carolina. I like to have fun. You know, I'm a
Have a
goofy
wonderful time.
person.
Yeah.
Make you laugh. Ain't that right, D? Remix. No, I'm playing. But just currently working, just getting my money, and once again, just living life. That's me.
That's cool. That's
That's
cool.
what's up, girl.
That's
gang,
what's up.
gang up in here. Okay.
She
Yes.
was my best friend. Said she
Was?
ghosted me.
Wow.
What?
So this is
Uh-uh.
more tea. So let me go ahead and
Whoa.
explain
Lots of
this.
sweet tea.
We
Yeah.
took some time apart.
No,
Okay.
we did not take no time
What
apart.
is going on?
Wow.
Dropped me like a bad habit.
Oh, so you wanted to put me
oh,
on
wait a minute.
live?
And
Wait a minute.
then-
Here we go.
and
You're on
then
the spot right now.
popped
oh,
up.
man.
Popped up and said, "Tell me you
Popped
miss
up.
me, D. Tell me you love me."
Is this a
D.
love and hip hop
This
series?
is
Because
an
I'm just really
emotional,
confused.
Yeah.
abusive relationship.
Never
that we
put my hands
have.
on you, so
Huh?
Oh.
Emotional.
What is going on?
never even called you any names. If anything, was back and forth. we'll get back to that. Go ahead, my man. Introduce yourself.
Okay, hold on. That was a lot to take in. I'm trying to like.
Yeah.
We're having relationship therapy right now.
Yeah.
Gemini season. She's acting up. Go ahead.
What is going on?
I'm a Virgo. I was like, oh,
June 3rd.
I'm a Virgo too.
Oh, this is so good.
Okay.
I need to be your friend. Yeah, this is done.
I see we're getting along real well.
And you
so-
already know.
Oh,
Go
you
ahead.
already
Let them know.
yeah.
What's up?
Really?
What's up? All right,
No.
well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So yes.
Yes.
My name is Mark Borja. Yes.
Mark.
AKA Captain Borja.
I like
Yes.
that. I
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Filmmaker, photographer.
Okay.
Based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Been doing this for like around 10 years and all. Like I've been.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that long.
It's been a long time since like from my sophomore year of high school. My dad gave me a camera. I'm like, oh, I love this. And
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
Yeah. My dad didn't want me to be like a doctor or anything like that. So it's because
Okay.
he's like there's like a family of doctors. So like.
So
he
your
wanted me-
your parents were very open to
Yes.
your sort of your
My
being
coming
able
up?
to express yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I went through the whole scene phase, like long hair, like punk rock stuff and everything.
Yeah.
yeah. So they didn't like that part, but like I'm well now. So it was just a phase.
In their
just a
eyes.
phase. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they influenced it. They said like, Mark, if you think you can make a career out of it, just go on full on ahead. And I'm like, oh, and I will.
That's what's
So,
up.
yeah.
See, that's
Yeah.
the energy that we need with
Yes.
parents
Yeah.
because, you know, a lot
It
of
helps,
people's
yeah.
parents aren't like that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people's parents sort of shut down their creative side, especially with guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, it's weird, you know.
Were your parents like traditionally more like, hey, you got to do it this way? Or, like, were they like, oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, very
Yeah.
much so.
You should meet his father.
Very much
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Very-
dad is like the super traditional black
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
very, very traditional, very traditional. I went through a lot of phases of what I wanted to do
Yeah.
in my life.
Mhm.
So at one point I wanted to be an architect. To be honest, I still feel like I could be an
I
architect.
feel like you do too. I mean,
But
keep it.
Whatever
Oh,
you
for real?
put your mind to.
Hey, you believe and it comes true.
I know I
Put your mind
can.
to it, yeah.
Oh, I can
Yeah,
Be
it all starts with
what
the
I wanna
Legos. That's how I
be
started.
what
I
I
thought I could be
wanna
an
be.
architect
If
too
I
because
work
of the
hard,
Legos and all,
if
so.
I
I would
hard.
draw
If
like
I wanna-
outlines
Where I want to
Yeah.
be.
of like buildings and stuff like that that I like.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I used to like
Yeah.
draw floor plans and stuff like
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah.
So what made you stop? Did you just?
Well, my dad, okay, he came to me one day. He asked me, he's like, Anders, do you know any architects? I was like, no. He was like, so why do you want to be an architect? I was like, because it's what I want to do.
It's
That's
like drawing.
yeah, because I like it. He was like, well, you can't make a career out of that. You need to choose something STEM.
Oh, I need to
Well,
meet
you
your
don't know
I
that.
was
I
like-
feel like if you try,
Yeah.
if you like push yourself out there in some sort of way, you could do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Did he
and
really say this to you?
Yes.
Let me meet him.
That's some shit.
Set it up. Let's talk.
He's
Tell
a
Leslie's coming
real
through.
big
Yeah.
guy.
That's cool.
Real intimidating.
Yeah.
I got a big heart, so you know you fight
Big
with
heart,
the heart.
yeah, no,
Yes.
that's all you need. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he's sweet as
Look,
can be, but
My dad is a Q.
yeah.
That should be enough. to
Cancel
say.
that. I never will. Sir, if you're listening, I'm just playing. Okay?
We have a problem.
Just play, yeah. No,
Abort. Abort.
it's all in respect and love and care. So
There
it's,
it
Right.
it's all in good intention. As long as it's all in good intention, and then that's all that matters. Yeah.
Right.
You're trying to come through and be like, yeah, what's up? This is how it is. You know. So, but you gotta, there's always pushback. There's always a give and take. So.
No, my mom's
Yeah.
side, she let me.
Yeah.
I used to want to be a police officer.
Oh yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Anders, I'm gonna look at you.
Freeze! That's gonna be Leslie.
I can see you as like
I'm sorry. I was
No,
like,
that's fine.
I can see you as
I
like
ain't
a
chasing
Paul.
you.
hands up.
Oh, seriously, if you one little step and it's a pop in the knee, I'm not gonna. Listen, here's my thing. I'm not chasing after you. You know what you did. Let's just go ahead and get everything settled, and we good to go.
I can
I'm
see
sorry.
you.
Oh,
I can see you
Lord.
as a Paul
My heart's
Blart.
not-
Not a Paul Blart.
She's
No.
back at it again.
I can see what I can. I know. I see you being.
Yeah.
On your scooter.
What
Hey,
are they? What,
hey
Andrews is
kids.
talking.
what do they
Andrews
call the? What do they call the people? The security guards in the jail?
In the jail.
Yes.
Jail?
Parole,
No.
No, it's not parole
correctional
officers,
officers.
I could see her being a correctional officer.
I can see that too.
Get back in line.
She got the
I
baton.
like that. I like that.
Yes.
That's nice.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Back in line.
Paul Blart. No, we're not just gonna skip past it. Like you, a
That's
mall
not Paul-
cop. A mall cop, really?
Yeah, that ain't
No.
Paul Blart status. That ain't
You
Paul
know
Blart
what?
status.
Right.
That's something else right
Yo.
there.
Hard as fuck.
That
Yeah,
thing
honestly.
crazy. But no, I went through the
Yeah.
photography stage too, and I think
nice,
that's
yeah.
really
Okay.
dope what you're going through.
Appreciate it. Thank you, yeah.
Basketball player too, but never practiced, so that dream was canceled.
Hey, it's
Look,
never too late to start.
Put your mind to it.
Well,
No,
Put your
I'm
mind
sure.
to
I'm
it.
sure you can fuck some shit up.
I'm only 21. I ain't getting any younger.
It's
so
over.
It's over. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna have to.
That
It's
ship
not.
has
It's
sailed.
not. Well.
Yeah,
no.
but if you think, but you're only 21. You got lots of lots of growth right there.
Yeah.
So
If you
it's
didn't get
fine.
signed in high school or after college, it's a wrap.
Not necessarily,
Yeah,
because
not
you
necessarily,
still
Enough about all of us.
Oh,
Darniesha,
Lord.
what did you? What's your stages in life? What
So
did you
what-
want to
what
be?
is she going through?
We had a whole bunch of episodes where I've talked about my stages. But
Well,
this
okay, so we
episode-
could go back through it again. So you were
On this episode
Come on.
today.
Lord have mercy. So
What?
much right now.
so tell us a little about your feminine journey then.
Ew, that sounds a little weird.
You know what I mean. Tell us. Okay, go ahead.
My journey.
Yes.
Well, see, I got my period around
Oh my goodness.
I am screaming.
12 maybe.
Darniesha.
You said my feminine journey.
No.
We didn't mean those fool. Tell the man.
Your come
Come
up.
on.
How is your come up? How,
Yeah.
you're born and raised where? Like, how are you?
born
She was
and
a big
raised.
nerd.
Big
Didn't
nerd,
really
yeah.
go
Yeah.
out that much. I'll go ahead and explain it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, she's speaking for you.
Look.
now. She's speaking for you now.
You got phase 1. I got phase 2.
Exactly. Yo,
They hung
goes
out
to
in high school,
college,
we hung
yes.
out in college.
Went to college, lost some weight, and guess what? Here she is, just thinking she's the hot ass shit. So go ahead, Darniesha. I just explained your phases. What else you got?
Ooh.
Is this a bad time, guys?
Nah,
Should I be?
Yeah, we can leave.
it's all good in love. It's all good in love.
It's all love. All's good in love and war.
Yeah,
God.
and war. Yes.
Love and war.
yes.
Yeah.
Love after war.
So tell us about the experiences that you had sort of dealing with toxic femininity in your life. Have you had any?
Of course, but first I would like to define what that is. Because many people
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
And they just think
True.
it's just talking bad about guys, talking bad about
Yeah.
women. It's
That's
not
true.
the
That's true.
thing. So toxic masculinity is basically those stereotypes that we all know.
Like
and-
Yeah.
the bronies, the bros.
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
so, yeah.
And just basically taking those stereotypes and saying that if you are those stereotypes,
It's the standard.
it's defined as you being a man, as
Yeah.
you being a woman.
Uh-huh.
So it's stereotype for men to be aggressive.
Right.
So if you're not aggressive, then you're not a man.
Right. Pretty much.
Supposedly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Allegedly.
So-
that's
And-
what
Yeah.
it is.
In my terms, I think for masculinity and just defining what I think masculinity should be, it should be like a man is supposed to take responsibility for his own actions and
Right.
for everyone that he cares and loves around
Let
him.
him
Right.
know.
Yeah, like,
Preach.
you
That's
gotta,
the foundation of
You
it.
take responsibility for you, and you have to give that respect back to the people
Yes.
around you. That's all it's about: respect and responsibility.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to
should
be any
Absolutely.
more. Yeah, it
Can we
shouldn't be any
change
more than
that?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That responsibility part.
Yes.
Respect and responsibility. Like,
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people
Ownership.
don't take
That's
ownership
what
to
it is.
the
Taking
ship.
ownership.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because it's like
yeah.
a tradition where we have other people define things for us.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be.
I
We
don't-
define our own selves.
I
yeah.
don't need Leslie
Yeah.
telling me who I am. I don't need Trump trying to tell me what I should do.
No.
I don't need Louisiana trying to tell me what I should do with my uterus.
This is true. Okay,
very true.
speaking
Yeah.
facts.
Right.
let it
It's
go.
your own
Except for
body.
the
Do what
Speak
you
person.
want, girl.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's toxic because you have these people trying to tell you or force you to be something that they perceive you to be
Yes.
or expect you to be, and then you're like, you have this conflict. Like, well, what if this is not who I am?
Right.
But I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
That's true. So
Like-
then you're like fighting, and then you get bullied. You get told
Yeah.
that you ain't shit, that you're worthless because you're not fitting into the
Society's norms.
right.
Mhm.
Yes, I like that.
Right.
So like me personally, I'm not what you would say call feminine.
You're not.
I'm
Um,
Do tell more. How do you explain
I'm
it?
like
Okay.
I'm feminine, but I'm
Let it marinate.
appearance wise, I can come off
You're pretty.
yeah.
Yes.
She pretty.
Feminine, but mentally, I'm very masculine. Like I have like at my old job, my manager said, "Darniesha, you a nigga.
Oh my
You a
God.
nigga,
Wow.
Darniesha."
Wow.
What?
Wow.
First of all,
He was like, "You
That's not-
a nigga." I was like, first of all,
First
because
of
he
all.
was just like, "How you just gonna walk into the spot like you own this place, like you the manager?" I'm like, I mean, I'm not.
I mean, you have a very alpha presence.
That's what I said. I tell dudes ahead of time, like, look, you might be an alpha male, but I'm an alpha female too. So if you don't know how to work with that,
Yeah.
leave me alone, because I don't submit to no damn body.
I'm dead.
Would you say you get along with women or men better?
Men.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because, I mean, a lot of women are just very, like, I can't take weak people. So if you get to, oh, I'm so fat. Oh, my hair looks so disgusting. I don't want to go anywhere because I look hideous.
Yeah, no,
I'm just gonna be like, girl.
just go through some stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
Right.
like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, if a dude don't want you because you looking hideous, and he's not for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's only surface level. At that
Right.
point. You don't want someone shallow like
Right.
that. Yeah. You want someone deep and all that.
I
So.
was like, imagine me going out like thinking what somebody else is gonna dressing for someone else.
Right.
You dress for you.
Right.
and all
I'm
that,
like,
so, yeah.
I can care less.
That's all you need, and that's what it should be, and all that. So,
Right.
like, even like with like defining what masculinity and even femininity too, I think it's just taking ownership of who you are.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's what it should be, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being confident in yourself.
It's a
Exactly, yeah.
tradition for us to
Mhm.
be concerned about other people's opinions.
Right.
It's traditional for us to let that really affect us and make us think that we're not equal or of value. Because it's a lot of girls, young girls who cut themselves and all types of anorexia and
You
all
see
that
that
type
stuff
of
on
stuff.
IG all the time.
Right.
Like, all those things.
Mhm.
That idea of like,
You have
yeah.
you have sort of models. It's like you
IG
mentioned,
models.
social media, like
Yeah.
IG models and
Yeah.
like fitness gurus and stuff like
Influencers,
that.
All that stuff too. Yeah.
People, they mean well by their
Yeah.
message, but the way that social media is set up is perceived sort of in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, in order to be pretty, I need to look like that. In order to be, or in order to get girls, I need to look like that.
Right. So, like, I went to the nail salon. This 12-year-old and 13-year-old girl was like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to get my nails done. They look a fool.
Look a fool.
I was like, girl, at 12, 13,
You should.
I was just now putting polish on my nails.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't concerned. She was like, ooh, I need to get these eyebrows done so they can be on fleek. And I was like, what?
I think
First of all,
Yeah.
this generation is maturing really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
They're-
fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because-
When I was like 12, I wasn't looking like
Right.
somebody.
Yeah.
and all that stuff,
Right.
too. We didn't have Instagram back
I was
then. Yeah.
hideous.
Yeah. We had
I was
MySpace
just
and all,
chilling.
yeah.
I didn't
Right.
even
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Right.
What's good?
My younger siblings are like, they look like my little sister literally looks like she's like 17, 18.
Yeah.
She's 15.
She's 15.
Yes. I'm just like, when I was,
It's the stuff they put in the food. That's what it does.
Cece looks her age. She doesn't try to be. She just got that shape. She got a grown woman shape. That's what.
she's tall.
Yeah.
She's, yeah.
Curvy.
Yes.
Like, well, most
And I'm
girls
just like, girl,
don't
I'm
hit
like,
puberty
yeah.
at her age. She
Yeah.
has hit it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so she like you would think she's a little bit older.
Right. Absolutely.
It's the stuff that are put in the food. The hormones. and
Right.
all that
No,
stuff.
that's true.
It's
It's
too
true.
much, yeah.
So when we're talking about the difference in males and females with being toxic, when you think of the males, you think more of the alpha male, like the guy who is, buff,
That
sort of
really-
aggressive.
Yeah. That really like testosterone filled like.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
should just say
Gym lunks.
Yeah, yeah,
what we
Jim-
think or what we've been told what a man is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And-
we've been told that they're alphas, that they're dominant, that they own the room. What else?
They know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know everything.
Know everything.
They are dominant. Their needs should come first.
Yeah.
But it's like, what about the thing where it says when there's a boat like sinking, ladies and the kids and ladies they get in the boats first. The guys
Oh,
stay
true.
behind. Yeah, it
Well,
should be like
it's
that where it's like
it's the thing about them being weak.
yeah,
The
it's
women
okay
and
to be
children
weak.
being
Yeah.
weaker. I mean,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
children are weaker, but
But it's okay to be weak, and even in the guy's perspective, like you have moments of weakness where you're in vulnerability. I
Yeah.
think that's important to be able to show that. Like, if a guy shouldn't be worried about, oh, if I'm crying, it makes me look weak, and like. people
Mhm.
look
And I was
down
just
on
about
me
to say
and
that too. Like
Yeah.
they think if I show my emotions, oh, he's too sensitive.
right.
Oh, he's not hard enough. But
Right.
I don't find no problem with that. Like cry if you need to cry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm an emotional
Right.
man. I'm an
Me
emotional
too.
man.
Like,
I don't want to talk my feelings. I must feel my feelings.
Yo.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
it just gets to that point. They just think, if I do this, they gonna think something else. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
sometimes, and I'm being serious, and we all heard this. Like he's gay.
Like, oh, I don't want
Like
to.
if he, if he shows his
Mhm.
emotions, is he not the whole? Okay, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's gay or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all. Like we're human beings at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Right.
We all have emotions. We all have feelings, and that's just that. So
Yeah.
bump all this steroids thing, okay? Let it go. Let it
Right.
go. All right.
In high school, like I was wearing like the skinny jeans and like the long hair. Like I even like before like with the scene kid look like guys would straighten their hair.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Yeah.
that, Too. And like people thought I was gay and all that stuff too. It's like, oh, that's weird. But like I still like girls and all that. And, like, and girls thought I was pretty and all that stuff too. Of course.
Yeah.
I looked good, yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I rocked it.
It worked in your
Confident.
face.
Okay. Confident.
Oh, yeah.
My man, give me
Tell
some.
her.
I was getting busy in high school. So,
Yeah, nah, that's fine.
Okay, Mark. Okay.
Well, like, and you
We
guys would be
see
like, oh,
you.
he's gay, he's got the skinny jeans. And I'm like, oh, fuck you guys, you don't know what I'm about. Yeah? So,
Right.
Yeah, and like even some of my friends, they like, even in high school, they came out to me like, oh, hey, I'm bisexual, or I'm gay. And I'm like, oh, I don't care. Like, I respect you for you and all
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff. And like, and I would stand up for them whenever the other guys and all that stuff would like make fun of them and
Mhm.
stuff like
Mhm.
that. Hey, like, because they would go, the boys would go make out in the bathroom. People would think that was weird.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is kind of weird to do that in the bathroom, like in school. But
In
like,
school,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Against the rules,
still,
but to
yeah.
each his own.
yeah. I mean, do what you want, but just you probably shouldn't do it in school.
Right.
Yeah.
After school.
What about you, Anders? What's your what have you been told that's like to be masculine? Like what have you been told?
Well,
It's an inside joke going
I
on.
know. He just stared at. I was just staring at him. He's just staring back at me all weirdly.
It's okay. Let it marinate. Take your time.
Feel it.
Three deep cleansing breaths.
yes.
Feel, deal, heal.
Oh, somebody's been on the yoga lately.
Well,
There you go. There you go. Killing me softly with his
We gonna cut all this
words
out.
of
Okay,
breaking
but-
my heart.
as a gay man,
Oh, that's why you were pausing.
I think. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I'm just I love the confidence. Like,
as a gay man,
go ahead, please.
it's something that is it's something that's kind of plagued me for a long time, being like trying to be masculine,
Yeah.
because not only can you sometimes lack confidence.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hard thing.
It's about sort of your whole person, like your whole humanity,
Yeah. It's about,
sort of that you need to.
Yeah, and it's about being vulnerable too.
Right.
So, yeah,
Mhm.
and that's the hardest part. So.
Yes.
I love you, Anders. Keep
Yeah.
going.
I love you
please.
too, Leslie.
Oh my gosh, this just made me like 10 times happier. Oh, go ahead, Anders, please. Let them know. Let them know. Oh, my
Yes.
That's crazy. So like, so how about this? We talked about the masculine part, the feminine part.
Mhm.
So, as a gay woman, okay,
Mhm.
there's this stereotypical thing like, oh my God, if you wear all these tight clothes, you know what I'm saying, got a fine body, you know you're in shape. I hated that. All my life I hated it. I even tried it, right? I don't think we should be portrayed as if you look this way, you're the bomb. No ma'am. No ma'am. Look at me. Confidence on you know what I'm saying, on 1,000. Like, and what's crazy is people think like people have different stories about being gay. So some go through being, bullied, this and that. When I came out gay, it wasn't a problem outside.
Yeah.
So external, it was good. But internal,
Yeah.
it was a whole nother different story.
As in, like, in the house.
Yes.
Like, okay.
She thought it was a phase. It wasn't.
Clearly.
Yes.
And
Either one could see that.
Look, Les has been the same for the whole time I've known her. For the
Right.
last 6-7
Thank
years that
you.
I've known her.
And what it is, like I said, external, like you see the real me. But internal, I had to, hide some things. I had to keep it this and that. Yeah, I was an angry child because I really couldn't come out to her. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when she finally accepted me, things got a whole lot better. And that's all I want. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start accepting the people for who they are, you get to see the true nature.
Yeah.
Like I'm a good person. I may have my dick moments. And the words of Darniesha. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like any woman should be portrayed as a certain type. Like we've seen it all in models, this and that. Yeah, they fine. But I know you got some problems, shawty. Like I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone's got their own like problems, and like some people are like more like weird about it than others. Some people
Exactly.
think
But when you have the confidence, when you don't care about what nobody else think, like that's being feminine to me. Now, as Darniesha said too, feminine, like on the outside, like you can tell I'm a feminine, but like, I do have a man mentality too. Not as far as like, how can I explain it? Like,
You a nigga too.
my nigga. No, like, I don't want it to sound bad. It's just like I have both. You know what I'm saying? So but when you trying to be a feminine, I got my nails and my hair. I don't care about that.
But I'm sure you have to dress up and like whenever you're going out like a nice day or something that you
already know. I put on a little bit of jeans, a little nice shirt,
A little bit of jeans.
Get your swag together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like for me as a feminine, I love t-shirts and shorts. Like that's just me. Some girls like dresses. I don't. Skirts never been my fave. But to each his own, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like we've been as a woman growing up, like we've been portrayed as you gotta wear this to get it, like attract men and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want a newsflash: don't like men, so that's that. I'm sorry, I got you, but I'm playing. So, but to get back on the subject, like it was hard growing up in a household where, like, you know, my mom is very feminine. You know what I'm saying? Me,
feminine, but a fucking alpha female.
She's a boss.
That's because, like, the independent, like her pride in her, like, independency. That's what it is too. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it should be about, just being independent. Like,
yeah.
But thank you. I don't want to wear skirts. Don't do that.
If that's not your thing, you don't need to worry about it.
Because like her mom is just as intimidating as his dad. Like,
really?
Yes. Ramona don't.
She's a linebacker. Don't play.
Oh
with
my
her.
Lord.
Yes.
She looked like she was smacked the fuck out of you so quick.
It's happened. It's happened plenty of times.
Oh Lord.
But it's true. But you see what I'm saying? So you can still be feminine, but you can also have that the confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to look a certain way to be a woman. That's basically that. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's all about what you personally identify as.
Exactly. Exactly.
And what's
Absolutely.
so toxic about it is that, for example, for toxic femininity, age only applies to women. Men, when it's men, if the man is turning 50 years old, no one cares.
Nope.
Like, oh, Charles is turning 50.
That's real. That's so true.
You getting old. And
When women get old, it's like she's getting old.
Right.
I see the bags under your
Time,
eyes.
oh, she's 40
Time is
years
ticking.
old and she doesn't have a husband and doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
What a waste. What have you been doing your whole life?
Exactly.
I love older women. They're veterans. They know what's up.
Right.
Yes.
Let them know, Mark. You better be on this side. Let them know.
Them cougars.
No, it's like the fact of like being independent, knowing what you want, and like I think what toxic femininity is, it's people like or who just think that that they have to do whatever they can to like make sure other people are pleased with them or something like that, some sort of way. Where
That's
it's
true.
like it's that lack of confidence, and
Right.
that comes with the toxic femininity too, where it's like you feel like you have to like stick to this certain standard of things and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, to an extent, it's with. If it's with good intention, then I think if you like want to make sure you're all prettied up and like for you.
I was about to say you reading my head. I was about to say there's nothing wrong with getting your hair done.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
what
that.
I'm
It's
saying?
important.
But when
Nothing
you're
wrong,
when you're bashing someone else for not doing something that you do,
It becomes
then
toxic. Yeah.
It's like saying you can't sit with us. You're not wearing pink on Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's like Mean Girls is the
That's
epitome
toxic
of
femininity.
toxic
the epitome of
femininity.
that.
Absolutely.
This is true.
Like you saw Lindsay Lohan, she's dressed up like that witch and all that stuff, and she's not trying to be like sexy and all that stuff. But you see like all these other girls, like, oh, we're trying to like look all hot and like all
Yeah.
and I'll put it up just for these boys and all that stuff. But you don't have to do that. You dress for you.
Everybody
Absolutely.
wants to be a Playboy bunny for Halloween.
Apparently.
I'm like, can we give this a rest?
Right.
You've been a bunny for 6 years straight.
Everybody want to
Give
be
me something
a
new.
sexy,
Something else, right?
The man is
sexy
dead now.
nurse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the man is dead now.
But even with that, like
Right.
as far as when it comes to being
Yeah.
dressing up, like girls like to look all sexy, but men they can do whatever they want.
This is
Football
true.
player, they can dress up a ghost, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they get to dress whatever they want to dress. But women, let me wear this. Get somebody's girl. It's Halloween.
Right.
Everything. 99% of the things that women do is to attract the man.
This
Right.
is true. This is true.
It's to
Well,
attract the
I
man.
mean, guys
That's
too,
the
same way, so,
stereotype thing.
I mean, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, of course it's the
Yeah.
stereotype.
Because every
Yeah,
time, like,
but-
I just started doing my hair more often now, and I started putting effort into what I wear. My mom's like, "Who is he? I want to know who he
Who
is
is
that
he?"
got you just caring more about what I look like now." I'm like, "It's me.
It's
just for me,
for me.
yeah.
Hey, peekaboo."
It's called self-care for
Right.
you.
Right.
Ew,
I'm just like, you know
Yeah.
what? I've been bumming here a lot my whole life, actually. I was like, let me show people I can actually
Dress
care.
up, yeah.
Like,
I can actually
you can
care.
pop out.
Right.
Ew. That's true.
Right.
And it's fun.
No,
It is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's you should enjoy looking good. You should enjoy.
for you.
I mean,
Just switching up your look. That's what I just find fun. Because I've
Yeah.
always, when I was younger, I always had the long hair.
Yep.
I just wore basic clothing. Nothing too crazy out there. Just I was a regular old girl. Then
She
I got
was.
to
This is a
college.
true
Regular
story.
girl.
True story.
I
Yes.
got to college and I was just like, I am 20-some years old and still doing the same shit I was doing at 16. I
You
don't
change
want
it up,
to.
yeah.
Right. I was like, I don't want to look like me anymore.
Yeah.
So I
'Cause-
cut off all my hair.
Yeah. So then,
Oh,
the new year
yeah.
is to find something else. Though. It's
Right.
Like,
So then, and like my
Yeah.
dad, he would say, don't you cut your hair? Don't no man want to be with no woman without no hair. It's like fucking a nigga. I'm like,
okay, but you're not dressing up
and then
for
when I cut off my hair, like
a
I had a whole
man.
fade,
Oh yeah.
and the niggas was still on me. I was like, well, what the fuck?
That's
Like,
when it
you
actually. That's
told
when
me.
that. No. That's when you ignited.
That's
To
why I
be
said,
honest.
like,
Yeah, that's what
That was
I'm
like-
coming through. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was like her bad girl face.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Bad girl face.
college.
Yes.
This is true.
Well, it's okay with being your badass self, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. In a sense, I'm trying to like just always stay my badass self, you know. So
Right.
Like, I mean, in my own terms, like, I love what I do, and and just if I'm gonna be the best version of myself, I will be the best badass version of myself. But with good intention, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because like as a photographer and filmmaker, like I do a lot of stuff with pretty people all the time. So like,
Oh, thank you, Mark. You shouldn't have said that.
well, yeah, with all these beautiful people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
yes.
you.
We're here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
So, but yeah, like so, a lot of times there's like that standard where people, oh, can you when you're taking pictures, like, oh, can you do this to make my butt look bigger? I'm like,
What?
I'm actually not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So,
No.
I like
that
it.
remind me of.
yeah. The only thing I'll really make change is like maybe blemishes. Like say if you have a zit or something, I'll remove that. But like even like I think there's like a beauty in like just really like photographing the natural yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
it is.
Because that is alone is your best version. You're not some like pretty Photoshop thing.
Right.
And every time
Yeah.
I see that stuff, like someone's profile picture or LinkedIn is like this prettied up picture, I'm like, are you a video game or some shit?
Right.
you ain't no.
You look
ain't no-
3D.
Yeah, you ain't no.
This
Sims
is a
character.
damn good CGI.
Yeah, you ain't no Sims character, motherfucker.
No.
You're just you. Be you, damn it. Be you. Yeah.
I did YouTube a few years ago,
Oh yeah.
and I had a friend of mine
Yeah.
who came on my YouTube show,
Yeah.
and they were like, can you like make the video? Can you make me look skinnier in the video? I'm like, I don't think the technology exists to do that.
No, it's
That's
hard
not-
as fuck to do. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
not doing
sure.
that. Yeah, that's also why I don't do it. It's too much work. You know? Like,
Right.
You work on yourself and be the best version of yourself. I'll
Right.
take a picture of that.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to be skinny? Hit
Right.
that
Come
gym.
back.
What's
With
going-
me. Come back to me when you
Come
look
back
like
a
what you
couple
want to look
months
like.
later.
If you don't want me to take a picture of you now, then what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
She's gonna be bad.
But then also like as a filmmaker and creator, like I feel like it's also important to show all sides of things because there's when you only photograph certain things, say like a photographer only does like boudoir stuff or something or lingerie stuff. Like, if you only do just that, then it shows that that's all you care about and all that stuff. Like
That's true.
I as a photographer, creator, and filmmaker, like I want to try to just be as open as possible to show like in all different types of scenarios I can make something really cool. No matter
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah.
Diversity.
I do like doing like the sexy stuff, but I love doing also all types of things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's important to be well rounded.
yeah, exactly. So a way it shows that's not just who I am and all that stuff. Because I do like a lot of that like photography where it's like it looks hot and all that stuff. But,
Yeah.
But at the same time, as I always show that I'm always doing other things. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a cool thing to do. But of course, like I want to just be as open as possible. To, like,
Absolutely.
just do all the things.
Open.
Everything's so much fun. This
Yes.
is always so much fun.
Inclusion.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm having so much fun, guys. Like, I love this.
I'm having fun
Oh,
with
yeah.
y'all too.
Oh yeah. I just want to kind of get up and like just bounce around. Yeah, I'm surfing around. We're surfing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
It's
that
already
iced
done.
coffee's getting to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's that sugar rush.
What's
It's
that, a
sugar
40
rush.
ounce?
A 40.
It's a large. It's a large.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a 40 ounce probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So.
So we
So
said
much.
the typical man. So what's the typical woman
Mm.
described as?
I want to listen to them. You've heard our stories.
Right.
I want to, Anders.
Yeah.
Mark,
Okay,
what's
what
up?
is a typical woman?
Yes, Anders, please. Let me know.
A typical woman.
Be easy now. We are on air. Be easy.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
oh here.
I tell my like the basic white girl, I want my frappuccino right now. I mean, like I love my
Starbucks is life. No, so no. But
Chipotle is my life.
yeah. Something in that man. Yeah.
But even so, like even like when I was, even now too, like some of my friends will say like, "Oh, Mark, you're so white girl. You're drinking the Starbucks and all that stuff, and like, just like acting all feminine and stuff." And like, cause like I have a lot of friends who are girls, and like I just,
Yeah.
I love like girls, like there's like the whole idea of like a strong, independent woman who
Mhm.
knows what they want and like.
A boss.
Yeah,
You're really
exactly.
making us
Yeah.
blush over here today. Thank you. Thank you.
Girl, y'all are awesome. That's right.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking awesome, and that's why I love surrounding myself with awesome people all the
Thank
time.
you,
No matter
thank you.
no matter what like size, shape, or shade or color or anything like that.
Mhm.
Like I'm always about being open as possible.
Preach.
I think all you gotta do is just get to know people, and people will love you back too. So
Yes.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like women are taught to be housewives. I feel like
Define-
I feel
yes.
like that's society's norm for women.
It is.
Is at the end of the road for them is to be
That's
sort of
bullshit.
subjective to somebody else.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah.
Not working, dependent.
Yeah.
Yep. As soon as you get them kids, all right,
Right.
cut your career. Excuse me. What's going on?
Ain't
Even-
no maternity leave. It's just bitch. Bye bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
Enjoy your
we've gotten to
family.
a point, we've sort of gotten to a point in society where people are trying to get out of that.
They are.
But I mean, it's if you see it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still those like girls who are looking for a sugar daddy.
Yes,
things like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that
I'm
is
glad you brought that up.
Sugar daddies.
Yes,
Yeah.
because,
There's a whole
like,
website. Yeah,
There's a
Housewife-
There's a website for that stuff.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, girls will go. Like, take
But
sugar
those
babies
type
and
of
stuff.
women are looked
Yeah.
down upon though.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
housewife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the stereotype.
Yeah.
But
But
if
that's
you're
like the ultra
doing
version
that,
of that, yeah.
and but not married to that person, then you're a whore
Mhm.
and you're a gold digger. I was like, that's the same exact thing that the damn housewife is doing.
Right.
She just got a ring.
This is
to be honest.
Yeah, it's an extremity of that sort of idea.
Right.
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because the girls like well, those kind of girls who like they want to just be taken care of and all that stuff. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I don't have to do work and all that stuff. But
a damsel in distress.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
don't like right there. I hate that.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
if you want equality, everybody needs to be for themselves.
Mhm.
Everybody should
Yeah.
be able to be independent.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're all
exactly,
humans.
Yeah.
Like you said, a damsel in distress.
Absolutely.
Y'all keep looping it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because like Disney Princess and Prince Charming affect
Let
things.
them
Yes.
know.
So
Yeah.
like Disney Princess, that not only affects young girls but boys too.
It does.
Boys expect to have
Yeah.
their Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Cinderella
Yeah.
wasn't kicking ass and telling Prince Charming, nigga, you better come and get me now. You best be here at 12 o'clock.
This is true. This is true. This
my
is
God.
true.
Absolutely.
And if I catch you with talking to another bitch, I'm on your ass. Like none of that was part
Yeah.
of Disney Princess. And then with Prince Charming, like girls were like,
Yeah.
oh, Prince Charming wasn't shorter than me. He was taller than Cinderella.
It's
So
like
I
that
ain't
tall,
that-
dark, and handsome
right.
stereotype and all that stuff. But
Right, and then Prince Charming had a job. Prince Charming was the king.
We had money.
Now,
so I
I'm
ain't
not
got,
messing with the jokester or the stable boy.
Right.
I want
The stable
the
boy.
big baller.
Somebody cut her mic off.
But there's beauty in like the stable boy. Who does to say this? You know, like,
Right.
the simple things. You know, there's a beauty in like just simple things and stuff like that. Like,
But people get so
Right.
disappointed.
Yes.
People get so disappointed though that they don't
I got
have
you,
the
yeah.
Prince Charming. I'm like, so what? He works at McDonald's. He loves the hell out
Well,
of
let's
it.
hold on. Let's back that truck up now. Listen.
Well, okay, so how does social class play a part in that?
Ooh, Andrews got deep again.
Yeah, no.
I wanna
feel
hear
I feel
this.
there's
Go
a-
ahead,
there's
Leslie.
volumes there.
You mean as far as what I just said about the whole McDonald's thing? So here's my thing.
I mean,
I'm not saying
Yeah.
okay. As long as you're out here getting something, by all means do
Right.
so. But I don't want you to get complacent to the point if you've been
Right.
doing this for 15 years and you ain't making no headway.
And you still
Right.
shaking fries?
You ain't even the shift leader.
Get a promotion.
You ain't even the manager.
Right, get a promotion
You
or something.
stay- what?
A raise.
You just part of a
50%
thing,
raise,
yeah.
something.
God,
Ain't the shift leader
you
yet?
still in the same position. I saw you. So that's all I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong. Work at Subway. I don't care what you do,
Not Subway.
but we
Like,
gotta.
that's better.
Yeah.
But
Andrew,
be
you get what I'm saying?
universal. Do other things. aside
Yeah,
from
but
just
you
work
know what I'm
at
saying?
McDonald's.
Don't get
Yeah.
complacent and be like, all right, well, I'm stuck here. No, you choosing to be stuck here.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody can start from somewhere. Start from the bottom. We're here. In the words of Drake, please. But I don't want, I'm just saying, and just be honest with me. Would you want a 40-year-old man that's working at McDonald's? All right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. You want a man that actually can take care of himself.
Yes.
And it's a plus that he can take care of you. But you want a partner that can just complement.
The
Right.
ambition.
But
That's what I
Now,
want to see.
I've
Mark-
talked to- now, I've talked
finish
to-
you,
okay.
Yeah.
Mark,
Yes.
if
Good morning.
would
Good
you
evening.
date a girl working at McDonald's?
I mean, like, if I want to get to know the girl first. It's like, like, what aside from just working, like, that's her job. Yeah, that's fine. But like, what
Be
a
honest here,
person-
Mark.
yeah,
We're
like-
on air. Be
If a
honest.
girl at McDonald's, you're pulling in the drive-thru,
Yeah.
she hits you up. She says, "Hey,
Yeah.
let me get your number."
I heard what you
Yeah,
said on the
yeah.
podcast.
And she was
so what's-
pretty.
yeah.
Oh, she's pretty. I mean, like I said, but I want to get to know the person first and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, if I can, just, like, yeah, you work at McDonald's, but if you're like a genuinely amazing person, yeah. So what if like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
if
That's
you're able,
fair.
if you do other things aside from that,
Yeah.
I mean, of course,
That's
like
a
I would love
great-
for you to like get out of that
Yeah.
and do something cool. And like, what-
Disclaimer.
Darniesha, you and I were actually talking about this a while
McDonald's
ago.
can be cool though. So,
Right.
yeah.
Like how you sort of catch people in
Yeah.
phases of their life.
Yeah,
Like you
but
might.
I have a bad habit of like labeling them as that they're going to be that forever.
No. I
So-
mean, well, or not
Like
that.
when a dude told me he worked at Walmart, I was like, "Ooh, you're poor."
I mean, okay, but you can't go in thinking that. Okay, I retract my statement.
Oh yeah.
I would date somebody that works at McDonald's.
Oh, Anders, so the truth
If
finally comes out.
if they, if I can see some progression in where they're going,
And they have character.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's all about the ambition.
Maybe
Yeah.
they lost their corporate job and are down on their luck.
But what if he's shaking the fries, and then and he says his goal is to become the manager of that McDonald's.
I would rather have that than you still be stuck where you are now. Like I said, you ain't even the shift
Yeah.
leaders.
I mean,
manager was though.
Yeah. If you have goals and dreams and like.
He's not in your tax bracket.
So here's what I guess what we're both.
Yeah.
It's about the ambition. I want to see consistency.
Yeah.
Like be persistent in your own career, right?
Yeah.
Like
I
said,
agree.
that whole complacent thing. Nah. Let's. What do you want more? Like there's something else in there that you want.
You can't be
Yes.
satisfied with just this.
You want to stand in there and just put mayo on this goddamn burger? That's your goal in life.
And
D.
But you have a lot of people who, they do become the manager at McDonald's, and then they just be the manager for like 5 damn years. I'm like, do you not know you can do this,
And do
get
other
paid
things, yeah.
more at another place,
And that's
just
true.
because you have that on your resume that you manage other people?
Yeah, and then there's that weird type where they actually want to just stay there. Like they were like, oh, I'm gonna be
Right.
the best fry cook in
Right.
McDonald's, in this McDonald's. And
Right.
I mean, if that's
a
your
different
dream,
type.
I know, right? That is a different type. But I mean, like, it's like,
Right.
People
I like-
will do
it's-
what they want to
Right,
be
I'm
happy.
like, do you,
Yeah.
boo boo? Like,
Yeah.
don't get it confused. Do you,
Yeah.
boo boo? But
Yeah.
you
But if
ain't
it's
for
not
me.
for you, it's
Right.
not
I
for
also
you.
like
Right.
what you said too. If
Yeah.
their personality is dope, then
Yeah.
we might.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that up.
Yeah.
We
We
might
could be friends.
We,
Because like
We not having no
We can
family
see-
or nothing.
I've dated all
A bunch of
types.
baby
Yeah.
fry cooks
Yeah.
running around.
I knew Aaron was lying the whole time. That's how you really feel.
He wants a fry cook. He wants a fry cook family right there. We coming through to the cookout. Right
No, baby's flipping his first burger.
Damn,
no, but there's a beauty in that, and like a little. There's a beauty in that. And just a side topic. I would love like that standard type of like masculinity and femininity kind of goes along with sometimes with media. Say like these food bloggers and like bloggers who are trying to do all these nice, pretty things and all that stuff. And like say like there's this one pretty food blogger who's like trying to do something at like some like nice like place in South End. Like, girl, I want to see you actually flip some burgers at the fucking
Right,
Frankie's
yeah.
or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
weak.
like, get into the actual like grill and like
Flip
show,
them burgers.
Yeah, flip them burgers. Show me
That was
something different.
intense. What in the
Yeah.
world?
Show me someone that wants to learn how to like do like the traditional like. You know,
But
go to,
that's
like
it?
Mr. K's or something like that.
Mr.
Yeah.
Who?
But you know what?
Mr. K's. Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
This generation now has sort of flipped it when it comes to women.
Define.
As in, like, now we ask girls, like, you don't do nothing? You don't got no job? Like, nothing? So now we, like, what do you do? Like, you're...
I mean, that goes the same thing with like guys. It's like saying like, oh, you don't do anything at
Wait.
all. So, yeah.
Because at first, like, we were just like, oh, you do not do anything. That's good. You're dependent on someone. Now we're like, if they not... Like, we expect now for women to have their own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's uncommon now for a girl to be like, oh...
If you check the statistics, there's more women graduate from college than men
Right.
right now.
So a lot of girls becoming doctors
They get
now
smarter
and
now, yeah.
nursing
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
stuff. And now we're just like,
I guess girls go to college to get more knowledge, and boys go to Jupiter.
To get more stupider.
and
I
more,
hope not.
and more
yeah.
boys are becoming bums.
And they are, yeah.
They're
There's
not
like,
doing
this
shit with their life.
yeah, there's like stereotypes,
goddamn.
Like 30-year-old dudes in
That's
California who are just like partying and like not giving a damn
Right.
about anything
This
else.
is
See, that's the
lazy.
problem
Yeah,
right there.
there's
That's
yeah.
the problem.
It's
right
the
there.
social media stuff that's like always like, oh, I want to be like the best version of myself and like make myself look all pretty, but like
Right.
After that video, you're back to square
Like back
one.
in the day, most dudes had a job at goddamn 16 years old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Nowadays,
working hard,
yes.
doing long hours,
Yeah.
labor
Yeah.
hours.
It's true.
too.
They've gotten lazy.
They like
Do
now,
something. Yeah.
they 23,
They're-
still living
yeah.
at home with
I
the
know.
mama.
I'm depending on my
like-
mom. Who cook?
That's
Mom.
right.
Mama, what we cooking? What you cooking tonight?
And they're trying to be all like a masculine. That's not
Right.
There's no masculinity in
And
like,
it's those same
doing
dudes
that. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
calling other dudes, oh, you gay, you
I
a
know,
bitch.
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
You a pussy.
Excuse
Like-
me? Yeah.
You
Right.
can't say
Wow.
shit. You
Right.
can't say shit if you ain't shit. So,
Right.
yeah.
But it's not even just the
Yeah.
dudes.
Look.
Like I've met a female too.
Yeah.
Shawty's in her age that she's old enough and she should be doing more. And this girl was like, I'm not saying it's wrong to be dependent on your mother, but it's to the point like that whole complacent thing.
Mhm.
You gonna move forward, or you just gonna stay in the same spot?
Yeah.
She want to party.
Right.
She want to act like she's
Right.
17. Put the pump. Like you had your time.
Right.
It's the grown up time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Time to grow up.
yeah.
You gotta be a business
Blossom.
owner. Yeah, you
Yes.
gotta do your own thing. So, yeah.
What were you about to say though, Anders? I didn't mean to interrupt. You
I
about to
forgot now. It's okay.
say- My bad.
But
I
it's
forgot.
always the women who's sleeping on an air mattress.
Air mattress.
Don't even got a bed. No.
Let 'em know.
Ooh, not an
None
air
of-
mattress.
Well, hold on. Who got the air mattress? The
Clothes
tea is spilling.
everywhere.
Wait, that's just dirty.
Just
That
dirty,
is, yeah,
nasty.
that's nasty.
But then have to tell me, going to have the audacity to tell me I need to lose some weight. So I can
Excuse me?
Like, bitch, I just bought a car. You're
Right.
still taking the bus.
Right.
In the bus. Yeah.
You're
Pick your
still
clothes up.
calling your mama to
Coming
pick
up.
you
Who's
up from
coming
work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You asking your coworkers to take you home after work.
You just didn't
Come on
have,
now,
you
right.
just didn't want your license.
Right.
You just got that lazy. You just can't drive. But that's the whole thing too, and that's another feminine thing. Like, we've gotten to the point, like Darniesha said, if you're not having it on your own, bitch, what you doing? I'm trying to get there. Give me time. Some
Right.
people
Yeah.
make.
Right.
Your own timeline.
Some
Like I
people
said, you
make
catch
that- yeah.
people in phases.
Thank you.
People start from the bottom. They might be in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still going up.
Thank you, Anders.
I've always thought the best part of being at the bottom is that you can go nowhere but up.
Yeah, of course.
And staying
Right.
humble
I
too.
love that, yeah.
Oh, okay, DJ Anders on the mic. You got
Yeah.
some.
Coming up, he's coming up from rock bottom. Then going
Yes,
all the way
started
up.
from the bottom. Now we're here.
Hey,
Hey, from the bottom. Now the whole team. fucking
okay.
here. Hey.
Hey,
I'm just playing.
I thought we were gonna get in.
I was a little DJ on the look.
It's okay. We can surf you.
Yeah.
You the
Yeah.
surf.
Yeah, you going to the beach lately, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got my last tan on. Oh yeah. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
Summer vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
love
Strong
it.
summer
Doing that
vibes.
positive-
Yep, I can tell by the shirt. My man is on it. Nah, but I like that though. That's
We can go on
dope.
vacation. All of us. Let's go on vacation.
Oh,
right now.
yeah.
Let's go, yeah. We
Let
on
me check
vacation.
my
right now?
schedule.
Let's
nigga.
go to the lake.
Yeah.
You like the lake?
Who paying?
lake? Oh, yeah.
I'm dependent. Where's sugar
Here we
daddy?
go. Yeah.
You paying for gas?
Right.
I'm a woman.
Look,
Women don't pay for
We're
gas.
all
Who call we
dependent on
taking?
each other. Her car, because she got a car.
I love it.
Lord.
That's what
Okay.
it is, yeah.
So I kind of wanted to switch gears a little bit.
Please.
Mark,
Good morning. Good evening.
you
Hello.
are owed a congratulations
Oh yeah.
because you just overcame cancer.
Yes. Testicular cancer.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
My man, give me some. Are you? Is this? Don't play with me. You serious?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm
Please
serious. Yeah.
talk.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait,
So I
What
was
is it?
testicular cancer. It's ball cancer.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Nut
Yeah.
cancer.
Did it hurt?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait. It happened in October 2017, and I had like a weird pain down there. I'm like, it feels weird. What's wrong? And I'm like, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, this definitely does not look good. So,
Yeah.
So, and then my dad's a pediatrician. He's a doctor.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
I was like, they were like, oh, we might not come up and see you today. It's like a Wednesday. It's like a day after work. I had a weird pain. I'm like, oh no, I think you guys should come up here. I need you guys, Dad, I need you to take a look at something. And like, he looked at it. I'm like, oh wow, that's not good. So we went to the hospital, and in Statesville, because Charlotte, it was like a 2-hour wait for the emergency room and all that stuff. My dad works at the hospital in Statesville, so he made sure like I got seen right away, and they did an ultrasound, and they said like, oh yeah, there's definitely 2 things that looks cancerous. So they pushed to do the surgery that Friday, and then they did a radical orchiectomy.
I'm sorry. Come back with that word. What was that?
A radical orchiectomy. So it's like it's a thing where it's like they do a surgery where like they go in for the pouch right, the little flat part right here.
Yeah.
They do an
The
incision,
pelvis.
and then they'll pull the nut out from there, and then so I only have 1 nut now. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I started this thing afterwards because I wanted to like show that like I can overcome this. So I started a nonprofit called Save a Nut.
Okay.
And, we raised like $5,000 for the Cancer Foundation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Anders. We're
So
no.
no,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
think about it. You ever?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's
Yes.
cute.
Yeah,
It's really
it
cute.
I
is.
figured because like there's
It's
like, you know,
catchy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah, because they do for breast cancer, they like save the boobies, save like
Yeah.
they, like, why not save a nut? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just flows right into it.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah,
I
got a
didn't
little
mean to laugh. My bad.
No,
my
no,
bad.
it's no.
No, I'm just like picturing
yeah.
a whole T-shirt
Yeah, no, yeah,
just
yeah.
with the whole process.
yeah.
With a
Oh, yeah.
sack.
People like, what the hell?
Just with a sack. It's
So
like,
yeah, I wanted to make it like actually kind of like humorous, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
more open, like so that way guys
Eye-catchy.
who feel
It makes
uncomfortable
it-
talking about it, they
Yeah.
can talk about it because like the logo is like this squirrel that's like with a cape and it's like going after a nut, it's going after an acorn.
Aw.
So
Oh,
I'll
man.
show you after
That's
this. so.
cute.
Can I get a shirt?
Yeah, I don't have shirts. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's okay.
I'll show you the Instagram. It's like this. That's what it is right there.
you
So,
know,
Save a Nut. It has,
This
like,
is yo.
yeah.
I
That's
think it's.
Go ahead, Anders. I'm
I'm-
sorry, because I'm really about to cry.
And
I just think it's really
Yeah.
good that you
Yeah.
decided to do that because I feel like a lot of people try to hide their illness, especially guys
they
are
treat it like a
not really.
deficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys don't really show vulnerability in that
Don't,
sense.
yeah.
And
If
I
anything
think
goes wrong there, they don't want. They know there's nothing wrong.
Yeah. And I think by you doing that, you not only coped yourself, you might have helped other people cope with it too.
Yeah.
Which I think is super important.
Yeah. That is.
That's what it's all about, just putting it out there and being vulnerable. Because like any guy who like thinks there's anything wrong with their nuts, like, no, there's nothing wrong. And I'll even talk to other guys who say like, oh, they don't want to check because they don't think there's anything wrong.
Yeah.
You never know. It can happen to anyone. It's like the most common cancer between the ages of 14 to 35.
And I've never even known about this. That's crazy.
Yeah. So after I did the surgery, I was cancer free for now, and like we would just do like checkups. Like I would go through the CAT scan, and go through MRIs and stuff like that. I didn't have to do any like radiation therapy or anything
That's
like that.
good.
Or
I'm glad they caught it at a good time.
yeah, they caught it
That's
before
good.
it spread, which was good because like where it spreads, it goes to your lower back.
Oh.
So what phase were you in?
I think it was just phase 1 where it's like there's definitely like a tumor there.
That's good.
But then when they took it out of the left one, it didn't spread to the right or anywhere else.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, other guys have it worse, where they had spread to other places. They may not. I even have a friend who I've been talking to in and out with all this stuff. He like got a little bit in his right, so he actually can't even reproduce anymore.
Oh, man.
That's what I was gonna ask if that would.
Yeah, I can still
mess
produce.
up.
It still
Yeah.
works.
Uh-huh.
It still works.
You can leave it in. Look, what does Larry say? Leave it in there.
Leave it in there. Like I said, but yeah, it still works. But like at the end of the day, like it was very a hard thing for me to even like talk about at first because I felt like weak in a way. Like I felt like I had a deficiency.
Yeah.
So coming out with that and being like, hey, I want to help raise awareness for this because not many guys or even anyone was talking about it. Even in Charlotte, the closest place was in Texas. So like the Testicular Cancer.
Texas.
Really?
Testicular Cancer Foundation in Texas.
Oh,
I've been
wow.
working with them.
From Charlotte?
Yeah, so there's nothing in Charlotte
They need
or
to do
anything for
better.
testicular cancer.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow.
that's why I figured let's do this. Let's start Save a Nut. We'll work with the Testicular Cancer Foundation. We had an event last August where we made this event called Paint Your Balls Out, where the whole goal was to make balls look beautiful. So yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But
There's
God bless you, man, on that.
That's
That's
dope.
dope. Right.
Appreciate
It's
it.
so
Thank
great.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. And then there was like a whole like we had an event where like we were at Lenny Boy Brewing where we had like literally everyone was like painting like nuts and making them look really beautiful. We give
I
them
love
like
that.
a
I love it so much.
yeah. Some
Yeah.
people was making fun of where they make like a unicorn out of it. Like, some guy made boobies out of the nuts and all that stuff. I guess that's how you make balls look beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
Because they're not cute.
yeah, I have a lot of but that's how you make it pretty. Like I remember my friend Sydney, she made this cool painting. It's like Bald Mountain. There's like all these people are hiking on top of a
No, you-
Oh,
nuts.
wow.
Yeah, I'll have to show you pictures because it's all on my Instagram and for Save a Nut.
Yeah.
And it's great. So
Leslie knows a lot about nuts.
about nuts.
Oh, for real?
Stop trying me like a sample D. Like, what?
Oh my God,
I don't know
yeah.
anything about no nuts.
What nuts? Yeah.
Newsflash,
so
I
like-
don't like men. I'm playing, go ahead.
But yeah, like those are all the pictures for like everyone like literally painting balls.
That
and
is
making them
so
look really nice.
dope,
Yeah,
yes.
It was really great. And now what I want to do is just keep talking to other guys who are going through it and like just being that person that they can talk to because
Of
it's hard
course.
for other guys to even come out about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's just a way for helping other guys just feel like they have a support group of some sort of way to like talk about their feelings because like I've been to a lot of support groups and that's where I want to take it now but unfortunately a lot of the support groups are predominantly female.
Oh, yeah.
There's not many support groups for guys to talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
this is true.
So I'm only trying to push for that, and the best way right now is like just to keep doing like one-on-one conversation with guys who are going through things similar, whether it's like with your nut stuff or even just talking about your feelings in general.
That
Like,
should be a thing.
Thank you.
I have not.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
realized I've never seen that
What's your
before.
Instagram? Because I'm going to follow
Oh,
you
yeah.
right now.
Which one?
Oh, both. It don't matter.
yeah. Okay. Save a Nut and then Mark now.
Yeah. But what were you saying?
I was gonna
Angus?
say I've never seen. I don't think I've seen that. You
Yeah.
know how you have like the inspirational pages for women and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no it's kind of a rare commodity, inspirational pages for men.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of them
Instagram
are for, like
pages
that
and stuff like
business
that.
like mindset kind of thing, but there's not enough for.
But
like,
there's not one
okay.
for like emotional support.
Yeah.
I think there should be.
Yeah, there should be honestly, and I think that could really run really well if like if you even for like even like for gay guys, I feel like they should have that open source to like
Yeah.
be able to talk about that and yeah like that way because I'm in touch with my feminine side too. And,
Yeah.
like, I want to make sure that like we all talk about all our feelings because there's the good and the bad, there's the left and the right. You always have to be open to all those things. And all that. So, and like it's important to like be able to like listen to other people. And figure out-
Absolutely.
You can follow me
Yeah.
back when you get a chance.
got
Go
you.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I got you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Darn it.
Um.
Yeah.
So, really, I think what you said before about just what manhood is, what womanhood is being responsible for you. Yeah. And I think you going through that and having those support groups help you be responsible for you and take accountability of, I don't know, and just be more empowered. Like support groups help empowerment. Like they don't have a lot of male empowerment.
Yeah, they don't.
And good behavior type too. Yeah. So like fraternities, they would say it's male empowerment, but that's empowerment of the bad behavior that we're talking about, the toxicness.
That standard bro type thing.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, it starts out.
I never fucked with like the fraternity stuff.
It starts out as sort of like this positive thing, doing community service and stuff like that.
But then people turn it to people.
Bullshit.
People do people. People things.
Look,
that
boys
they
will be
gotta
boys.
fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it goes along to that the Gillette commercial that you boys will be boys, and like I do like. Wasn't there a lot of controversy with that?
Yeah,
it was.
A lot of guys just didn't like
that.
it. They thought it was making men be sensitive and stuff like that.
But like,
they didn't like it
because
they were trying to say that Gillette is trying to say that all men are like this. And it's like they're not saying all men are like this, but it's a good majority that are. Your father is like this. Your brother is like this. Like, let's not act like you don't know anyone like this.
Right.
That term of boys would be boys. No. Boys need to become men and be responsible for their own actions. Like if you're gonna bully someone, you ain't no man for bullying someone like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're an asshole for
right.
Right.
Preach.
Exactly. Yeah. So you gotta being a man is being responsible for you and the people around you. So,
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And women too.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like the woman card, as they like to say, like
woman card.
So but I don't like that because then it's synonymous to a victim card.
Yeah, and even guys would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna take your man card. You're wearing this pink thing or whatever."
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna take your man card.
Because they were saying like how women.
I love when men wear pink. I think it depends on how you're looking. But if you can wear it, like I want you to rock it. Seriously.
They were just saying like with women card, like say women hitting their boyfriends.
Be careful.
Or just women putting their hands on men in general.
Yeah.
It's still people still say that man is not supposed to hit you back.
No.
Even though the woman's been like fucking him up, like going hard. They like, you're not supposed to hit her back. And no one corrects the woman for putting her hands on him.
Right.
Yeah.
But when he slaps the shit out of her just to get her off of him, then it's like, oh my God. Then he's the one who's going to jail instead of her when she put her hands on him first.
I have a serious question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay to hit women?
I knew this was about to come.
It's not okay to put your hands on anybody, period.
Yeah.
It's not.
Keep your hands to yourself.
But as she said, if a female hits a man first, and she keeps doing
right.
He can put his hands on you.
If somebody hits you,
I think
you have all right to hit the fuck back.
Provokes with violence.
Yeah, if it's like a life or death situation, or if like
right.
they're really gonna you deserve every right to fight back. You have your human right.
I mean, but if she's small and he's tall, you can just shove her. You ain't got to put your hands on.
Right.
You could do this.
A lot of people,
okay.
A lot of people don't realize you can diffuse the situation just by all you have to do is restrain them. You don't have to hit them.
Right.
I can like my sister. She is smaller than me. I'm way much bigger than her, and she would try to pounce on me all the damn time. I just hold her down like, girl, stop. You're not gonna win. Like, leave it alone. Just calm down. I'm like, are you done? Are you done? Like, I'm not gonna hit her back because I don't believe in putting my hands on anybody.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a fight. I never swung on nobody. None of that.
Absolutely.
Lies. This is all lies.
When have I hit somebody?
I can't recall anybody right now, but it's gonna happen.
Because it hasn't happened.
Here's the thing.
Y'all been going at it all episode.
It's Gemini season. She's feeling herself. So look.
This is true.
She's a Virgo.
Her birthday is on Monday.
It's on Monday. Oh,
yes.
Happy birthday! Happy early birthday!
Boo.
Yes.
Boo.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. When is your birthday?
Bad bitch
we forgot.
Contest.
I'm sorry that me and Mark are good Virgos and you're just a hater of a Gemini. Ew.
You know who's a Virgo? Ebony's a Virgo.
She is.
You love these Virgos for a reason. I'm trying to tell you. It's something.
You know who else is a Virgo?
Who?
Beyonce.
Well, her fine self. Oh my God. Coachella, here I come. Yo, me and Beyonce related.
Oh yeah.
True story.
On Matthew's side?
Are you done? Or are you finished? Yeah. Anyways, regarding putting your hands, no, it's not okay to put your hands in. But if you think that you're gonna keep doing that, I'm gonna punch the shit out you. But if only if they deserve it. I'm not gonna say just to do it, but
you being a lesbian.
Here we go.
And what you would say a masculine lesbian.
Go ahead.
Do you ever? Do you feel like the pressure?
Say again?
What term do you use?
So I'm glad that you asked this. We're gonna hold off on that because I actually don't feel like I have a category.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Of course.
Okay, so
you identify as whatever you want to identify as.
I'm Leslie.
Leslie who's gay.
Yes.
Thank you,
Love
Darniesha.
women.
All day, every day. No, I'm playing. Work hard, play later. No, listen. It just like I've been called a stud. I've been called a dyke. But at the end of the day, like even my sister, she was like, really isn't even a name for you. I was like, exactly. Like,
because you're not study. You just.
I'm chilling. I'm Leslie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Chilling.
Like, this is me. So yeah,
Right.
that's my category right there.
Because you don't try to look like a dude.
No, I don't.
You just dress casual.
You dress for you, and that's how it should be. So,
T-shirts and shorts all day, baby. Okay.
You're not trying to get you're not taking testosterone pills to
No.
get beards and.
I mean, if that's somebody's choice, but that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like those terms where say dress like a dude, dress like a girl, like you hit like a girl or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Like we're trying to break those norms. Right?
I'm in tune with my boobs and my vagina. Like, that's if you want to do your thing, hey, I have no problem with that. That's you. But as far as me, I'm just.
You don't sag your pants. None of that.
I used to have a phase where I did. Okay,
was
I've
weird.
stopped it.
It was awkward.
Are you done or are you finished? What was your question, Darniesha?
Just that. Do you feel like? Because seeing that you are a masculine looking lesbian, and you have a lot of guy friends,
this is
dudes
true.
be like, "Oh, my nigga Leslie, what's up?" They
Yeah.
see you as one of the boys
This is
true.
instead of a girl.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to be? Do you feel the toxic masculinity and the toxic femininity part? If that
I
makes
do.
sense.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, do guys make you feel like you
Like you have to be
have
hard.
to be more? Yeah.
Oh, is that no. I'll go ahead and tell them right now. When they dap me up and they slap the shit, I said, "Whoa!" I said, "I'm still a female." Let's calm down. Your hand is 5 times bigger than mine. Yeah.
We ain't never did that before.
Yeah, I don't know what got to. Let's not do that again. Like my hand be burning and stuff. As far as the female side too, like I can say something like "girl," like I can talk like that too.
Bitch.
What's up, B? Hey girl,
Bitch.
what's up, bitch? I mean, yeah. So it's actually kind of cool, but as far as the toxic side,
You feel it more feminine than masculine?
when if I'm in a relationship,
Just toxic femininity, period.
no, not really.
Well, what have you experienced more?
Oh yeah, all eyes on me.
Okay, yeah.
This is great.
Take your time, Leslie. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm letting marinate.
As in someone trying
deep
to
cleansing
force a
Take your time.
stereotype on you.
My mom.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ramona. I'm not trying to put you on the air like that.
Not that.
Cancel that name, ladies and gentlemen. So I want everybody, like my mom, I love her to death. So I will say this, like I said, like when I'm in middle school, when I came out and went to high school, she didn't like it because I did get I got into some things that shouldn't have happened, but I'm gay, so shut your face. So it just got, she would,
Interesting.
shut up, D. We all got stories. So it just,
Tell me about it.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
can I talk?
Lord.
Mark and Anders, Darniesha's canceled out.
She canceled.
It just started off,
Time out.
I had told a stranger before I told her. And let me ask y'all this real quick before I finish. Do you feel it's easier to talk to somebody you don't know than somebody you do know? Just because of how they're going to react?
You know what? That's exactly how my story kind of happened. I met somebody.
Yeah.
And
wanna
I mean,
hear
of
this.
course, they knew about me.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And we became friends. We decided that it wasn't going to work, and we became friends.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, you should tell your friends. I think they would appreciate it. I think you're at the stage in your life where
You need to be open about it.
I need to be open
Be
about it."
150% yourself. Yeah.
And I don't talk to this person anymore.
Oh yeah.
But he sort of opened the door to he sort of opened the door for me to tell everybody else and to be able to share it with everybody.
It's good to hear. Like, still, he motivated you to like just
Yeah.
Right, be 100%
That's good.
yourself.
That's
Then, yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say it's much easier to share with somebody that you don't know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So when she found out, things took a turn for the worse. Okay,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it was all just even like my mom is like my best friend,
Mhm.
and at that time we just wasn't talking. It was just a mother-daughter
I bet that was
relationship.
hard.
Yeah.
And it hurt me.
Yeah.
It broke my heart. And I like there was a point in my phase, and Anders, you probably understand this too. Like
Yeah.
you wanted to do everything to please them. Like you wanted to be what they visualized you, but you just couldn't. You get what I'm saying? Like
I go through that all the time.
exactly,
Right now,
and that's what sucks the
Mhm.
most. Like don't force me to do that, right? So
Yeah.
just I don't know what it is. Just after a while, I said fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
You're gonna
me.
be-
Either you're
you're
gonna
gonna
like
be
it or
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Look where we are now, best friends. Holla
There
at
you
me,
go.
Ree. What's up,
Mhm.
Ree?
Yeah.
Ree? No, so
I feel like you can be 100% yourself when
Yes.
you're out and you're
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
and that's what it
And then
all
when they
goes down
finally
to.
accept you for who you are.
Mhm.
then
Yes.
it was better. You
So
actually
anybody
finally get back in
listening,
touch.
if you
Yeah.
gay, you just be gay, okay?
Yeah.
And whoever don't
Yeah.
accept it,
Yes.
fuck
Yeah.
it, okay?
Yeah.
It's still a burn.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, fuck
What?
whatever else things. that-
God
yeah,
damn.
exactly, yeah.
Can
So-
I get an amen?
Amen.
Yes.
Blessed.
Hallelujah.
Blessed.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So
Thank you,
yeah,
blessed.
as far as like internal inside my house, yes, I went through the whole feminine thing, but outside, it's really nobody really bullied me. Everybody was like, "Yeah, we already knew." Well,
I mean, because Leslie's cool. Like,
so
As I said, Stevie Wonder knew before everybody did.
thank you, Anders, for that call. Thank you. Like I've never tried to be nobody else but myself. Like that's just me. Yeah. And as far as in relationships, do I feel the need to put my hands on one? That's only if she acts like a bitch and she thinks she's gonna put her hands on me. That's only that
Yeah.
too. Okay, I thought that's where this was going at. So, but even then, I always used to say I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody
yeah.
unless they deserve it.
Yeah, unless
Absolutely.
Okay, you get what I'm saying? But yeah, so
Yeah.
Anders, what about you?
I'm not so worried about the feminine part because I feel like when it comes to gay people, I feel like it's whatever. Because
Let 'em know.
to me, I'm just like, people can be people.
Yeah.
People
Amen.
can do what they want to do.
What's that wouldn't apply toxic femininity to you, just to gay, but like to a trans person, I would expect them to feel that more because they're actually trying to be a woman, like be on the outside what they feel on the inside.
Well, even then, let's say Anders, like, as far as you can actually ask him that, like, let's say you were in a relationship and somebody's more masculine and you're more feminine. Like, have you ever had that happen? Like this?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a norm.
Okay,
in the community.
okay.
That's
Like,
what
you know how do you guys know the standard of like it's a guy and a if it's two guys, then a guy might be like a top and
Oh, yeah,
another
yeah,
guy
like
might
the
be a
top or
bottom.
bottom.
And then the
something
girl,
like
it
that.
got to be a guy and a
The
girl.
the bottom is usually the position of the girl and the top is usually the position of the guy.
This is true.
More or less missionary position. There's other positions too, though. But
Yeah.
yeah.
PG-13.
knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PG-13.
I mean,
Look,
PG-13.
triple X.
Tell
no
them what the
rated
grown
R.
women been teaching you.
Continue, Anders, please, for this takes a turn for the worse.
But
Oh, we can get in with that. We can go real deep.
that's one way to look. It's a little bit different for
We can go real deep.
real deep.
Yeah, that man getting nutty out here.
I always said it's called saving up for reason. We're taking care of nuts here.
Ew, I am weak, man.
But I think it's a little bit different for gay guys because you could do it that way, or you could be sort of in the middle. And there's guys who like it could go either way.
Really, for the gay people, it's like it's an unspoken thing. Like you just
It's like
he's the top, I'm the bottom. But
yeah.
the straight people, they like, so who's the bitch and who's the man?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Right,
Saying,
like,
what-
They're
Yeah.
just they're just together.
They're just together.
Right.
Let them be gay.
Yeah.
Let
No one's
them be
asking
gay.
you, is she fucking you?
Like can they not be responsible
who's riding
for
and
each
who's
other?
fucking?
Yes.
Who's sucking?
Exactly.
Can
And
they
the fun
not
part
be
about that, you guys can
responsible
go
for
both
each
ways.
Like,
Like,
right.
It's like flip back and forth. Like,
Right.
one can
Mhm.
be bottom, one can be top. The other day can be we switched around. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I hate
They
that
call
too.
that verse.
Yeah.
Right.
Reverse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the term.
All right. Skirt.
Why you look like that?
No, I was just agreeing.
I said the same thing too. Look,
She like-
yeah, what's
Yeah,
going on here?
so we are getting real deep now.
Yeah.
So
Inch by inch.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up a point from Monique. Monique said a few weeks
Monique
ago,
who?
the comedian.
Yeah,
Okay, good. I just want to
Monique.
make sure we're on the same page.
She said
Miss
that
Parker.
Yes,
Miss
Monique Parker.
Monique Parker. Parker.
Hey, Professor Ovi.
She said that we must allow black men to have side chicks because the idea of monogamy came from white supremacy.
What the fuck is going on? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Interesting.
Repeat that one more time.
Monique said we must allow black men to have side chicks, explaining that the idea of monogamy came from white supremacy. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Okay.
It goes back to the line of like what monogamy is and all that stuff, and like if you're open like to other things.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a thing where it's like traditional like a lot of like what we do now is from like Caucasian culture and all that stuff.
Yes.
Imposing that kind of stuff and like I think that's a weird that's definitely interesting though.
Yeah.
This
because
is
like
very tough right now. This is what this is.
Yeah, because like for me like I don't even want to like.
You got side chicks, Mark?
No, I'm single.
Let's go ahead and be on it.
I'm single.
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah. But like,
good answer.
Yeah.
I'm playing. Go ahead.
It goes back and forth between that monogamy, polygamy thing, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, are you open, or are you like someone who just wants that same standard of like, oh, just one person at a time?
Yeah.
So, but,
What my issue with that statement was that she's like making it a race thing and a historically context type of thing. Like, I can give a fuck what the culture was doing years ago, this year, next year.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
What are you
if
doing
I
now?
don't want I don't want him to be messing with other people,
He's
Hello.
not going to be messing with other
Otherwise, he
people.
will be single.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, why
agree,
do
yeah.
I have to take the context of the history?
Why do we all have to be the
Yeah.
same?
Like, who
Why do
cares?
we all have to be?
Yeah, why do we
one?
have to like succumb to the
I
tradition?
agree.
I mean, if we're going to do
Independent.
what was
Do what-
happening back then, pedophilia was a thing.
It was,
It was
yeah.
normal.
Pedophilia
Yeah,
was a
big-
thing.
Excuse
Nor-
me?
Pedophilia was normal back
Glad I didn't
way
read this
back
because I would.
Yeah, during Greece time, Roman
Yeah.
time.
You know what?
And
This
then-
is true.
Not
This
Greece
is true.
time.
And
They was fucking
Yeah.
everybody. Everybody was fucking each other. and shit. For
And
real,
then-
for real.
And child marriage is still like a thing that like they're
Right.
still fucking like breaking now. Like,
Yeah.
I think I saw a news article the other day. It's like someone became president and they were able to like cut out all those like child marriages and all that stuff.
Mhm.
That is disgusting.
It is, yeah, it's terrible. And then it's still happening everywhere else and all. And
Wow.
Like, what we
This
can
is true though.
yeah.
But I agree with her. That statement right there, like, bitch, don't push that shit on me. Like,
Right.
if
Yeah.
I don't,
Right.
if I
You
don't
could
want,
do that.
right.
It's not gonna be me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could be fucked up in the head,
Yeah.
but my heart is gonna stay
Yeah.
intact. You understand? Fuck
Yeah,
all
and it
that.
goes back to like if this person has side chicks, then you have every right to have your own side chicks. Then.
Right.
So
Mhm.
it goes back to that whole like more like polygamy side of it. It's like you can.
Right.
Oh, why
that
not
person's
just be
doing it-
single, Mark?
Exactly.
Mm.
Just be.
You just have the right to choose
Yeah.
what you want to do,
Yeah.
like what you want to be around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I'm all for if both
Yeah.
partners say, yeah, we can have an open relationship. You know,
Yeah.
side chicks it is. But if one party wants this and the other party wants something, you better separate.
You
Like
gotta
what we doing?
communicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta.
Exactly.
But it,
Right.
it, that,
It
I
It
don't,
should be a
and
mutual understanding.
It should be
Yeah.
I mean, there's couples who, what do they call it? Swing?
Swingers,
Yeah.
yeah.
an open
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah, an open relationship.
But swingers, if you want to go that route, yeah.
Yeah. Either one.
The bootleg term. Not playing.
They go to them swinger parties. Yeah. They have a wonderful time there.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
mansion parties.
Yeah. They go to some sex parties. You know.
Right.
It exists in first world countries.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that I don't think people look at it to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think people do it as a way to spice up their relationship,
Yeah.
their main relationship.
I don't like to
guess.
be too seasoned, so
I
I don't
think-
know what was spicing up here.
It's like, yeah.
I think the way she meant it though was just like what came off to me as if you're going to be the traditional woman that wants to be with your husband, him not have any be with anybody, like instead of you being so butthurt and crying and be heartbroken when you find out that he is cheating, then here's this scapegoat for him. Say, oh well, we used to do this back in the day where men were allowed to have side chicks, so I'm just going to go with what they did back in the day and be okay with it and be happy.
No.
So like she's excusing bad behavior. Like
Yeah.
if you're not happy with that,
Yeah.
don't
let
you
it
don't
be
have
hard.
to subject yourself to that. Like you
Exactly,
don't have
yeah.
to stay in
Be
this.
your own person.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
where the confidence.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Don't let someone else.
Don't deal with someone else's shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Like,
Not at
You
all.
have every right to be your own person and not take shit from anyone else.
Because now
Yeah.
that's gonna fuck you up internal.
Exactly.
Head to head.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
done. It
And
is
I can
done.
imagine that's fucked up a lot of people. And all
right.
that,
Because
so,
that's
yeah.
basically rationalizing their rational.
So I got a question though. Let me ask
Sure, go
this.
ahead, Leslie.
Since Anders asking deep questions, I'm gonna ask one.
Yeah.
This for anybody, but Anders, I'm starting off with you. How would you feel about an open relationship? Would you try that out? Good. Mark?
I'm jealous. I get jealous very easily.
Oh, Mark. Mark, you're laughing, so you would? Is this what I'm hearing?
Oh well,
Are you with that polygamy life?
I knew it.
I'll just say I'm open to things and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm open to like just if I'm gonna be open in all sense where I'm
We
like,
gotta be. Hold on.
I don't like to share. Period.
I don't either. I don't.
To be honest.
In this generation,
I'm not jealous. I'm
Yeah.
territorial. Like if a girl's laughing at his joke a bit to her, I'm like, all right, now come on, calm down.
Yeah.
It's not that funny.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, why are you hanging out with him so much? Like, girl, relax.
I agree, but
Yeah.
I just want to understand because in
Yeah.
this generation now, it's getting to be a norm for open relationships.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's fuck around, but we're still together. Excuse me, bitch.
Right.
Like, what is
Like, a whole lot of people are in open relationships and don't know.
Exactly. So this
That
is
part.
that one-sided shit that I'm talking about. But I just want to understand, like, what?
Yeah.
Shut up. What is it
Everybody
about it
got
that
side
just that you would be open? Like, I want to why?
Oh, so I mean, like I've been in a lot of relationships where it's very like possessive and like a very like when you're mine and you do exactly only what I say or whatever and all and like and that sometimes
That sounds very emotionally abusive. But
and then and it leads to a lot of like very like a lot of
Insecurity.
like insecurity,
Yeah.
jealousy,
Yeah.
things like that. If you're just open to just being like, okay, he's having a conversation with this person or she's having just having fun with that, it's like I'm okay with like letting something be as it is rather than like take. It's like saying like you're appreciating a flower for what it is. You don't take the flower out because if you pick up the flower, it's gonna and you take it out of the ground, it's gonna die. I mean, like eventually everything does die, but like if you appreciate it for what it is and it's in all 100% beauty and all that, then yeah, like I'd rather appreciate someone for who they are. Yeah. But that goes back to like, being open. Like I mean, I do like having the traditional where it's like me and a girl. It's like we're monogamous and all that stuff. But like in this time in my life, like I'm more open to just being myself and like if someone wants to be in a relationship with me, like we can communicate and work towards that. But like in this time in my life, I just want to like just be present with whoever I am with and all that stuff and like
which is fine. I just wanted to see Darniesha got your answer.
Yeah.
Anders, I know how you are.
Yeah, if sex comes with like, having this relationship and all that stuff, that's even better. Then I like having a friendship first, and then like if things like that happen, it's fun. So
it just seems to lead to a heartbreak. That's all I'm saying. But I just
it
want to
it can. There's a beauty. There's a beauty, and there's also like a hard.
Look at
part
Robin
in
Thicke
that,
and Paula Patton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it true that Will and Jada had that going on too?
See,
Yeah,
that's a
I
rumor.
heard that. Yeah, it's a rumor.
That's a rumor.
So it's not
Is it?
true.
Yeah.
But it might be true.
You never know. So,
I just think, but the prime example I look at is Robin Thicke and Paula Patton.
Let them know.
Robin Thicke was doing it, and Paula Patton was not happy with it. And look at them now.
Are they better?
They're
now,
not.
or-
No,
they're not together.
They're
I don't
not
They've been
know.
together.
separated for a couple years.
Oh,
What
I don't
you
know
mean?
this. I don't know
like
this.
5 years now.
He on marriage too, right? Or he just
He's
had a
dating.
baby.
He just had a baby with a 20-year-old girl.
He got
Oh,
another
wow,
baby.
Yeah.
and he's like 40 something.
When is it going?
I think he's almost like 50 something now.
As I said, nobody's saying nothing about him. But let a
Look.
girl, let it be a 40-year-old woman. Hell, Janet Jackson had a baby at what, 50 something? They're like, oh my God.
Well, the reason why
She's
that
getting
is.
old.
The reason why it is because we know that the woman, the body changes as you get older, and it can
Yeah.
lead to certain. How can I say this?
Yeah.
It can be kind of harmful for the child because you like as your body
Yeah,
changes. You know,
Yeah.
it's been studies to show like if you have a baby in your 40s or 50s,
All right.
you know what I'm saying?
We know.
Okay, I just want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still love you though. Love and hate relationship. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What?
I'm thinking about what you said about like women having like health problems, especially when they get older. What health do men have health problems like that when they get older?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why
It's
is it
called
like?
prostate.
Yeah, prostate.
and
Yeah.
all
So
that
why do
stuff.
women get the
Their
bad
dick
rep
don't
for it
function
and men don't?
that well?
Anders,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. Well, damn. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
He just,
Look, there goes that double standard.
What?
No, he was just ask the question again.
I said if men and women have health problems when they get older, why is it that women get the bad rep for it and the men don't? When it comes to like bearing children and having kids and stuff like that. You know, didn't Hugh Hefner have a child at like 70 something
70.
before he died?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Age only applies to women.
Exactly.
And that's what sucks
Men
about it.
don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a man. I said Hugh Hefner was 80 years old, ain't had Well, you said he had a kid. I didn't know he had a kid.
I didn't know he could
He
still
had-
produce
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's what I'm like. I'm like,
Kids, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
is that shit?
I
that
didn't
shit
know
dried
that.
up by
Say
now.
it again. There's one still living.
I thought he was that one. He was a
He
survivor.
said, "I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make
Right.
this last."
If there's an 80-year-old man and who says he's never had kids, you would look at him and be like, "Was you gay?"
This
Was
is true,
you-
Mm.
but
Look at
it
him,
also
put
leads to
hands up
another
and say
thing.
that.
But I'll go
Like,
ahead.
Are you a nerd? Something like that?
Or
Like,
just
because
like,
women
yeah.
don't like you? Or you're
Yeah.
awkward? But no one takes in consideration his medical
Yeah.
reasons of why
Yeah,
he
'cause,
didn't
like,
have
you
kids.
get, like, prostate, even like
Right.
testicular cancer or
Yep.
something like that. Like there could be things that they've gone through, but like
Right.
The first answer she
Yeah.
said, "You gay?"
But when
Right.
women, it's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You mean guys don't like you?
And
You
it goes
you a
both ways, like,
bitch.
for guys too. Like if you're not married or if you're not this like or whatever, it's like you have like people like should like be able to think like, oh, if you're not having kids or you're doing this, like they have those like opinions, but then
Mhm.
like if people just get to know each other, then like you understand like, oh, okay, this maybe for this.
I
reason
wish
or
it could be
something.
that simple, Mark.
It's
You
not,
make
yeah.
it sound so
I
simple,
tr-
but I
I'm-
wish.
that's what I'm trying to preach to the world. We just
Trump
gotta
is
make
in
it simple,
office
yeah.
right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Ain't nothing simple. Nothing is simple right
It's not, unfortunately, yeah. And that's the hard part. It's like not everyone has the same heart as you do. And,
Ex-
like, all that, and you can't
Like,
make everyone happy.
thank
It's
you.
like,
Like, they
yeah.
don't impeach people like they used to.
No,
No.
They don't. They don't.
They
Just
don't
keep going and
assassinate
going,
people
yep.
like they used
Yeah.
to.
Trying to grab a woman's crotch. He's okay.
Right.
Sharing information. Oh, we'll let it pass. But let Hillary send some emails.
goodness.
Everybody's digging. I'm just saying.
Okay,
This
I was
girl
wrong.
tried to.
Oh my God, yeah.
Go
It
ahead, my
wasn't
bad.
okay. So it wasn't Hugh Hefner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was Larry King.
Larry King.
Oh.
Yes.
okay,
False,
yeah.
false.
Ugh.
But Hefner did have some kids and a lot of stuff
Yeah.
too, though. So
Yeah, they're both
and
old,
and he was like
old
married to like this
people.
pretty blonde, who's like in her 20s and all that. Shit.
Yeah.
Like, he had
That
girlfriends,
shit was weird.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
care
Talking
what
about
they,
old people.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say about Playboy and all that.
Uh-huh.
That shit was weird.
Yeah.
He was too damn old for all that.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Oh, the whole like Playboy, yeah, like that whole like
The whole
Hugh Hefner
concept
A
had
of
whole
it.
bunch of
mansion and all
girls
that
in the
stuff.
house,
Yeah.
half naked.
This shit was weird.
The hell's going on here?
I don't want to know what's going on up in there because I know it's a whole bunch of illegal shit going on.
Next
up in there.
conversation, please.
You know,
And they're
and,
jiggling rinky balls and shit like
oh,
that.
yeah.
Anders. I am surprised.
And I heard it was pretty bad. Yeah, I heard it
Can't
was
save
like,
them nuts.
I heard him like even
Like
for
pedophile. Hold out of
yeah.
pedophilia.
Are we just not gonna hear what Anders
molestation.
just
What
said?
he
Oh no, what did you say? yeah.
Are we just gonna really skip past
I
it?
didn't hear what you
Yo.
said, to be honest. Yeah.
Say it again, Anders.
I
Let him
said,
Yeah.
I said that in the jiggling rinky balls and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
And then I said,
Can't
What'd I
save
say?
these nuts.
You can save
Yeah.
no, I can't save those nuts.
No.
Save a nut.
I can't save his nuts. No. His old wrinkly ass nuts. No, it's okay.
I like. Yeah, that's great.
But no, I did hear it was
Lord.
really bad. Like especially when like the Playboy models and all that stuff, they had to like sign out if they were gonna leave or something like that. They literally had to like I guess
Need
like
some
sign a
water.
contract where they
This
lived in there.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
this is weird.
yeah. So it's that like traditional thing like or like that idea like guys want to be like that and all that. So it's like
Mhm.
you don't have to be like that to be badass like that. Even
Right.
And like that now, I think that stereotypical like version of like a bro and all that stuff is probably like
Mhm.
people like you ever heard of Dan Bilzerian? Like he's that poker $1 million poker winning player. He's just surrounded by models all the time. He's like
Oh yeah.
yeah. So it's like
Mhm.
and he's token guns and doing all that stuff all the time. So it's like
Masculine,
Yeah.
toxic
I like how you
Yeah.
said
masculinity.
them guns.
yeah, token them guns.
Them Nerf guns.
Exactly. Them Nerf guns and all,
They
yeah.
have that at my job.
Oh yeah.
The the tech boys. They
You heard it
have-
here.
They legit have Nerf
Yeah,
guns. They
this
just
is
be
real.
shooting each other with them all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then they hit me with it when I was in my training. I'm like, look, bitch, I ain't with this shit.
In the words
You hit
of
me,
Gillette,
I'm gonna
boys
slap
will
you.
be
Like,
boys.
no.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm at work. I don't want to be hit with no damn Nerf
I'm
gun
weak, yeah.
thing. Like what?
So moving on to our question. How can we end the cycle of toxic masculinity and femininity for the next generation?
I think it's about how you communicate. You know, I think,
Okay.
Yeah, how you communicate. What do you post on social media? Like, what do you put out there for people to see? Because like more and more that we post like these idealistic things of like what a man should be or what a woman should be. Like in that sense, in that weird traditional sense, like if you're able to show that a man or a woman could be anything, and like I said, take responsibility for your own damn
Yes.
self.
Let 'em know.
and
Took the
and-
words
and-
right out of my mouth.
Yeah, and respect everyone around you. Then that if you're able to show that in some sort of way and communicate that, That's what's more important in all that. Because like, and even like you never heard like when everyone or guys will have their bro talk and talk about like, oh yeah, I've been fucking this girl or something like that. Like
I banged her.
Yeah. So it's like
fuck
it's
the
all,
shit out this girl last night.
Yeah, it's all,
and then they'd be like, "Oh, she was drunk as fuck." I'd be like,
that doesn't sound good. It's,
right.
Yeah, it's all about how you communicate. Yeah, if you make it known that like, and when like even when I do it like when or not, I don't do that, but like when guys talk to me about like that stuff, like I'll disregard whether to say, oh you I don't know how to put this.
It's okay. Let him marinate. Take his time. Take his time.
Take your time, Pastor.
That bro talk. I when they ask me, oh hey, did you have fun with that girl last night? Did you fuck that girl and all that stuff? So I'm like, well, I told him, well, I had fun. I won't tell him all the things.
Yeah.
But it's like because in respect to who I was with and all that stuff too. It's like it's changing that way you communicate because like bros will talk about it all the time. It's like, oh yeah, I fuck the shit out of this girl and all that stuff. Like,
it kind of goes.
It sounds so derogatory.
It's kind of full circle to what you said earlier about respect and responsibility.
Yeah.
Who said that? Was it you? Or was it you?
It was actually both. I felt like it was a collaboration.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just feel like be you and let's stop going into the past. Like we're taking stuff from the past and trying to put it into this generation. Like we evolve every generation, every year, if that. Get the fuck out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be fucking skinny to be sexy, girl. We all fucking fine right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for D.
I'm a smooth
like we're all beautiful.
And
There you go. Look, confidence is the key. That's what it is. Confidence. Like same thing with men too. If you want to cry, if you want to show your feminine part, do you're not gay.
Yeah. Right.
You're not gay.
You know you're not gay.
Exactly. Yeah. So why does it give a fuck about what other people think, right? Because they can't be themselves, but you can.
Absolutely.
Confidence is the key.
That's all it is,
yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? All my friends, majority are gay. And I had to ask myself, D, are you gay?
I asked that too a couple times, but damn, so I really did.
Cause I mean, they say birds of a feather flock together.
But you know what you like.
Right. Yeah. I was like, I ain't no damn gay.
And I still feel like she holding out, but that's too
much. She's always said that everybody's not 100% straight.
Yeah.
She's always been the one to say that.
Everybody's a little bit gay. Because here's my thinking. You cannot look at porn and not be gay. A little bit. Like if you're super straight, if you claim to be the straightest dude in the world, ain't no way you can look at another man fuck another woman. Ain't
this
no
is true.
Way.
This is true.
And then those be the same dudes who be doing trains and shit. I'm like, you in the same room now with niggas, with multiple dudes with their dicks out.
I never understood that.
That's weird as fuck. If you that's questionable.
Very questionable.
Fuck. Like, excuse, I don't know. You got it, boo. A little bit, just a little bit. You might not.
A little bit of season on the end. It is what it is.
It's weird.
Right.
So how are we gonna end it then, D?
Accountability. Responsibility, but I think really it's accountability, that part. It's the main thing, because like we can all say, like we always say, like with New Year's resolutions, like, oh, I'm going to lose weight by June, and then June comes or it's not even June, it's like, say I'm going hard for the whole month of January, and then I start slacking off, then you say, AD, you said you were gonna be doing this, like I see you slacking, like come on now, like empower someone, just to be like, stick to your word, you know, that type of accountability. Like if you hear a dude saying, like you were saying, oh yo, I fucked this bitch, this and this and that, be like, yo, don't.
It's like it's all about how you communicate. Yeah, like, it's like. Yeah, you had fun and all that stuff, but like I think the way like a lot of bros will talk about it, it's like it sounds so derogatory. If someone else was
you love bros, right. Don't you? You love saying that word.
Well, I mean, I do have my bros, my boys and all that.
Your boys,
your guy friends.
But like the way I try to talk about like any of that stuff is like I try my best to not like make it sound derogatory at all. I don't want to like put the girl down or anything.
Right.
But, yeah, because like at the end of the day, like I love girls. Like I respect the hell out of you guys for doing everything that you guys do. That's all that matters, because like they're the ones who are running the world. So in the arms of but in all equality, we all together we run the world. So
Okay, but I like what she said though. Empowerment to like let's build up one another
Right.
instead of trying to put down one another. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't try to build yourself up and say, fuck you, bitch. Like, no,
Yeah.
fuck
Right.
that. Let's all go to the top together.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
so.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it that way than only just one person, because like it's only at the top if you're like that. So yeah.
Right.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the biggest part of it,
Yeah.
like you said, Darniesha, is accountability
Mm-hmm.
and making sure that everybody kind of looks after each other,
Yep.
especially older people, like our
Yeah.
generation,
Yeah.
Let 'em
looking
know.
after the generation that's coming up after us. Like my little brother,
Mm-hmm.
he's a pretty respectful guy.
He is
From-
the sweetest little thing.
Yeah.
I love me some JR.
Yeah.
Some TR.
He is so sweet.
Yeah.
I love him.
They, and I try to make sure he's not, disrespecting women and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I've heard him and his friends talk about stuff, and I'm just like, Jared, you're not, no,
Mhm.
that's not what you do.
Yeah.
That's not what
Right.
we do.
Like, that's not who you are.
I'm like, what if they were talking about CC, or what if they were talking about
Yeah.
women?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
what we do.
Mm-mm.
So I think it's about I think it's about making sure that we teach
Mhm.
the next generation
Exactly. Yeah.
what's right.
Yeah. How
And
to
stop
communicate.
setting
Yeah.
the standard.
Normalizing
Yeah.
Mhm.
what we're used to.
Especially when it comes to in the media.
Yeah.
Start
Like-
calling it out. Like, that's what we're doing now
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
year. Like, everyone's calling out the bullshit now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So,
Like, let's
yeah.
call it what it is.
Mhm.
These big execs in the film industry and just
Mhm.
the whole Hollywood industry,
Yeah.
they're basically pimping these girls out just for them to be in a role that they don't even
This
get the role.
is true.
Exactly.
Right.
yeah.
But
So
they
do
just
that all the
taking
time.
advantage
Oh, yeah.
of these girls and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Makes
yeah.
me sick to my stomach.
Mhm.
And you'll see that in like the porn industry all the
Yeah.
time too. Though it's like it's all
What's
about.
up with you in porn here?
We all watch it. It's $1 billion industry
Yeah.
for a
I
reason.
We
do
all
watch
watch
my porn,
it.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
I
porn.
do partake. Little dabble every now and then,
Look,
Yeah.
that's a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
Listen.
What?
In my young dumb,
Porn.
I had a little addiction to porn. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Who didn't?
I know.
Yeah.
I think everybody's watching excessive amount of porn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
it's what.
Not everyone.
Maybe 3 or 4
But I
times.
think
a
isn't
day.
it what 75%
What,
of
you
the
did it?
internet's porn? I think
Mhm.
that's what it is. Like
What'd you just say?
75% of
Yeah,
the
it's a
internet is
high
porn,
ass
yeah.
number
Yeah,
that
it
people
is a
watch.
high number,
Like,
yeah.
high
Yeah.
ass
Yeah.
number.
Yeah. That's the
I'm
one
like,
for
oh,
everything.
I am
yeah.
one of those.
Make me too.
It goes back to S&M kind of thing. Like, oh, you like that? Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys get a little kinky in
That's
there?
crazy.
We're gonna get real deep now.
See?
Real
What
deep.
this man's freaky. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Mark, here we go.
I like to have fun. I like to have fun. So,
Allegedly, that's what it is.
Allegedly.
Oh
It's all fun
Lord.
and games.
I love you, Mark. I
I
love
love
you.
you too. I love all y'all. This is amazing.
It's
It's
good.
great,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Let's
man.
hold hands right now.
Yes.
We're about to get in.
My hands are cold.
Spiritual energy right here.
Wrong with you?
They're
Oh, yeah.
cold.
Where are your
I'm
hands
anemic.
cold?
Oh, yeah.
Anemic.
Lord.
Feel the energy. All y'all
Can we
right
serve?
here. Yeah, we're surfing right now.
Yes.
Yes. We riding. Hey.
Where's the surfboard at? I need to
Oh,
see
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
Surfboard.
I just want to thank.
surfboard riding on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, this took 6 minutes. Go
We're
ahead.
surfing, we're
I just
surfing.
want
There you
to
go.
thank y'all.
Yeah, of course.
Thank y'all for
Yeah.
coming on.
Thank you
the
for
show.
inviting us,
Yes.
Anders. Thank
Yes.
you.
Mhm.
This is a good episode. I love this episode.
I love this.
Don't
Thank
you love this
yeah.
episode?
Yeah, thank you for having me and all. Thank you.
Mhm.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you for
just
coming out.
And congratulations on your journey too.
Yes,
Seriously.
yes.
God bless
Absolutely.
you. Man. That's
Save
great.
a nut.
Save a nut,
That
exactly.
is
yes,
the
yeah.
nonprofit.
We gotta
It
save
is
all
trending.
the nuts. Save all the nuts.
Yes.
Save all the boobies too. Of course.
Yes.
And you already know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Don't be grabbing nuts. Don't be grabbing boobies unwillingly.
Right.
Unwilling.
Get
Hello.
permission.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta take care of each other though.
Right.
So, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Consent is the
Yeah.
key.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I just,
That is
all
the
I'm-
word of the
yeah.
day.
All I'm
Right.
saying is I just want to make sure my girl's taken care of. You know, she's taking, she
Appreciate
she's treated real well.
appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly.
My people. Yeah.
I'm just.
Allegedly. No,
That's my new word right there.
I'm gonna make sure y'all are taken well taken care of. You're the
Yes.
captain pants. now.
Once again.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
yeah.
He did.
I'm the captain now.
What you
The
got,
captain.
Anders?
Yeah.
So if you guys
Yes.
want to follow Leslie and follow
Oh,
Mark
Yes.
on social
Yes.
media, their links to their social media will be in description.
At
Yeah.
Mark now. Mark now on
Yes.
Instagram. Yes.
Say Les. You already know what that stands for. Okay. Okay.
Save a nut.
But
There it is.
Yeah.
thank you for listening.
You still have yet to follow me, so I think you should. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead and
working
get
on
it.
it
Yes.
right now. Yeah.
We'll catch you guys on another episode of Sweet Tea.
Thank you.
Sweet tea.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Killing me softly with this voice.
Go ahead.